Have you ever stared at your bank account, heart pounding, watching a mysterious pending transaction drain your available balance? Maybe it was a restaurant you vaguely remember, or an online store you never heard of. Whatever it is, that nagging uncertainty can turn a quick scroll into a full-blown panic attack. Especially when it comes to credit cards, where a pending transaction can tie up your credit limit, leading to declined purchases later. So, the question begs to be asked, can your bank, in this case, Capital One, swoop in like a financial superhero and cancel that pesky pending transaction? The answer, like most things in life, is a bit more nuanced than a simple yes or no. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the world of pending transactions, Capital One's role, and what you can actually do in this situation. First things first, let's understand what a pending transaction actually is. Think of it like a merchant holding their breath. They've received your information and checked if you have enough funds for credit or available balance for debit. This pending status basically says, "Hey bank, this customer wants to buy something. Is it cool?" Capital One, like most banks, simply acts as a middleman in this scenario. They receive the merchant's request, verify your information, and if everything looks good, they hold on to that specific amount until the transaction is complete. This ensures you don't go on a spending spree that your account can't handle. Here's the catch. Once Capital One authorizes the transaction, it's kind of out of their hands. They can't just erase it from the digital ether. But that doesn't mean you're powerless. There are two main paths you can take, depending on the situation. Scenario 1, you recognize the merchant, but for some reason, you have buyer's remorse, or maybe you accidentally hit purchase twice. In this case, contacting the merchant directly is your best bet. Explain the situation politely and see if they can cancel the order. Most merchants are happy to help, especially if you catch them early enough. Scenario 2, the transaction is a complete mystery. You don't recognize the name, the amount seems suspicious, and dread fills your stomach. This is where Capital One can step in, but not by canceling the transaction itself. Here's what you should do. Contact Capital One's fraud department immediately. Report the suspicious transaction and explain the situation. They'll take steps to investigate and potentially freeze your card to prevent further fraudulent activity. Capital One will also guide you through the process of filing a dispute, which essentially challenges the legitimacy of the transaction. Remember, the sooner you act, the better. Catching fraudulent activity early can save you a lot of hassle down the line. Now, while Capital One can't directly cancel pending transactions, they have your back in these situations. They offer robust fraud protection and a clear dispute resolution process. Here are some additional things to keep in mind. Pending transactions can take a while to clear, anywhere from a few hours to several days. Don't panic if it doesn't disappear immediately. Keep an eye on your account activity regularly. There are plenty of budgeting apps and tools that can help you monitor your spending and identify suspicious transactions. Consider enabling transaction alerts on your Capital One account. This way, you'll receive a notification whenever a purchase is made, giving you the opportunity to react quickly if something seems off. By understanding pending transactions and knowing your options, you can navigate these situations with confidence. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your hard-earned money. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay financially informed.